By the request of many of you guys, here I want to give you some tips on how to overcome homosexuality in your life. I want to give you some points that will be the starting points on your new journey, on the journey to life. First of all, to set the record straight, you need to understand that we were not born gay. All of us, including myself, became gay one way or another. Our stories are similar. Some people were abused, molested, but in majority of cases, basically, we are talking about some innocent child plays, some innocent touching in the family between relatives and friends, which led to certain good feelings when we were little kids. Later on, we wanted to relive those feelings. Then the porn came, pornography that affected all of us. Then also in the school, maybe we didn't like to do what some other guys were doing, so we were starting to doubt if we were gay or what was wrong with us. Then somebody came to us and told us, hey, are you gay, or you must be gay, anything like that. Basically, the principle is the same. The doubts were planted in our minds and our hearts. And unfortunately, because we didn't know any better, we eventually accepted that to be the truth and to be our reality. And now many of you are miserable because you don't want that in your life. And here I want to give you some points on what to do now. First thing to understand is that you cannot be guided by your feelings. The feelings are basically what got us into the mess in the first place. The sexual feelings, strong feelings, we wanted them, and we started to believe that those feelings are above us. Well, now you need to understand that they are not. The sexual feeling, like any other feeling, is simply here to point what is it that you are thinking about most of the time. Feelings are beautiful. They are given by God, but they cannot be our guide. They cannot be our God. So today, please understand that you are above those feelings. You are no longer to view yourself as a victim. You are not a victim. You can choose. You have been given the power to use your mind in a constructive way as you want to. What does that mean to you? This means that, for example, when you walk down the street and you see a hot, cool, same-sex person, you get that homosexual feeling. Now, instead of feeding that feeling, or instead of feeding your fears about that feeling, you can acknowledge that feeling and simply move on. Change your thoughts into something new. And this leads me to the second step on this journey, which is the Bible. You definitely and absolutely must make the Bible your priority. You need to read it daily. You need to fill your mind with the verses so that when the attacks of the enemy come, you can remember those verses and you can refocus on them. So instead of focusing on pornography or hot sexual feelings, you can now focus on the Bible. Before all of this, you must trust. You need to believe God, you need to believe yourself, you need to believe the testimonies of people like us who were where you are right now. We walked in your shoes and we know that this can be done. If you trust, everything is possible because God gives us that possibility through faith. So you need to refocus your daily attention and action to faith. Faith and saying, God, I believe you, is not a philosophical thing. It is a very practical thing. It is something that you choose every day, every hour of every day, how to think, how to respond, how to talk. All right? Now, the next point, turn off the pornography. There can be no more porn in your life. Okay? That is something that messes you up completely and distorts your picture on life, on yourself, your body and your sexuality and your relationships completely. Move the porn away out of your life. You lived without the porn before, you don't need it now. Okay? And finally, remember, temptations will come. There is no doubt about that. You will have days and moments when you will feel overwhelmed or weak or like nothing works or that everything that was in your past is coming back to you. That's okay. Do not fear that. Embrace it. Embrace it as the opportunity to grow. Embrace it as the opportunity to come closer to God through reading the Bible. Okay, so do not fear temptations, just grow through them by refocusing your mind, by changing and creating new habits in your life that are bent now towards God, towards love and towards the new you. And you know, the last thing that I will say here, all of us always have that one special person that they trust. If you don't have that person, God will definitely send that person into your life. Because when you are ready for the change, God will send that person to you and God will work through that person. Again, God is not an abstract thing. He is very real and He lives through us. He gives you daily messages through us who you are listening to, so be very careful who you listen to. And if you have that person who you trust, know that God is working through that person mightily. You can do this. Start today. God bless you.